Well, dear students, in last class I narrated you the outline summary of the story The Gardener. I have come back to today we discuss in detail the story Gardener by Palyada Lankesh, P. Lankesh. The story which depicts, narrates what is competition and rivalry. Through this story, P. Lankesh tries to tell us that man need, apart from his wealth, health, education, all the basic needs of life, apart from those he needs something called invasion, or something called vengefulness. For one or the other, rivalry we need to lead our life. That is the main motto. So here, as I said you in the last class, what is competition and rivalry? So competition and rivalry. So as I said that before going to discuss this, let me introduce you poet P. Lankesh. He is Palyada Lankesh, who born in 1935 and now died in the year of 2000. He is an Indian writer and journalist who wrote in Kannada. After graduating with an honors degree in English from Central College at Bengaluru, he completed his Master of Arts degree in English from Maharaja College, Mysore. So P. Lankesh, so he had a master's degree in English and he worked as a professor of English in Bangalore University, and later he started his own journal. You see that his newspaper called P. Lankesh on his own name, and he contributed significant to the field of Kannada literature, especially Navya movement of Kannada. He is one of the most remarkable poet of Kannada. When we see that his influence is more and much more on the youngsters of India. So whereas he was one of the best critic, sharp critic of Kannada, and through his writing, through his journal, through his newspaper Lankesh Patrike, he had his huge followers, fans in not only in Karnataka and even across the country, I can say. So he had several books he has written, namely they are Kereya Neeranu Kerege Challi, and he translated two important plays. One is Oedipus Rex and Antigone, Sophocles' Antigone and Oedipus Rex he translated from Greeks to Kannada, and along with that he had he was not only a writer, journalist, at the same time he was an actor who acted in, as I remember, he acted in one of the movie that is based on Ananthamurthy's novel, in Avasthe he acted there, and he was not only a writer, and he was an actor, playwright, director, and he had written several stories, including novels also he has written called Biruku, Akka, and he won India's National Award for Best Direction, that is the movie based on his own novel called that is Biruku. For this he awarded Best Director of India's National Award he won for his novel called Biruku, when he directed it as a movie. So P. Lankesh stands one of the important writer in Kannada literature in Navya movement. So he has written this short story called The Gardener. So this has been translated by H.S. Raghavendra Rao. H.S. Raghavendra Rao is also a retired professor of Kannada, who worked in Bangalore. He worked in National College, Jayanagar, and at the same time, Kannada University, Hampi and Central Institute of Indian Languages, Mysore. There he worked. Now he is retired professor of Kannada. So he has translated this from Kannada into English. H.S. Raghavendra Rao. So now let us begin the story, The Gardener. As I said that is there difference between competition and rivalry? What is the difference between competition and rivalry? How this competition after certain time turns into rivalry? So competition means what? Competition is a condition or it is a situation, we can say. Condition or a situation, striving to gain something or win something is called competition. This is healthy growth. So one must have this competition around us. If there is no competition, there is no growth, there is no development, there is no achievement, we can say. Then rivalry is slightly different from competition because this is also a condition or a situation to gain something or an object for showing superiority in the same field. Showing superiority on the same in the same field is called rivalry. So rivalry feeling, it is a kind of harmfulness, like whether I win or lose, but I should not allow the person to win. That is kind of rivalry, a kind of. So here competition means spardhe. As I said that this spardhe is different from jiddu or paipoti, we say that paipoti. So Lankesh, he wants us to know the difference between competition and rivalry, whereas competition is a healthy growth or development between two people or two persons, or rivalry is different because this is to show the superiority on someone or on some field, by hook or crook he wants to win the battle. That is called rivalry feeling. So here through this story we try to at the end of the story we come to know that the person was having the feeling of rivalry. At the end what happened? So here two major characters are there. One is Tammanna, and another one is Basavaya. Tammanna and Basavaya are the major characters here. Now let us see how the story begins. This, what is the story about? Elaboration. The story begins that elaboration can only impoverish this account and make it less authentic. Impoverish. What is impoverish here? Impoverishment or impoverish means that it becomes makes something poor or makes poor. Makes poor, it loses its authentic or its meaning. Elaboration, if I try to explain it, drag it more and more, if I unnecessarily explain it or elaborate it, can only impoverish this account and make it less authentic. If I try to elaborate this story unnecessarily, it loses its importance, it loses its meaning, it will be not having authentic. So that I do not want to elaborate this, and whatever I conceived, I means here, remember P. Lankesh, the writer of the story. So he tells that elaboration can only impoverish this account and make it less authentic. I conceived this story in a flash. In a flash, flash means which when the person is awake at the time, when person is unconscious or when person is in sleep. So that is flash. In flash he got. I conceived this story in a flash. It has its genesis in my chance encounter with an old man. Genesis means what? Beginning of something. Genesis. So it's a beginning of something or origin, you can say origin or beginning of something. So he says that it has its genesis in my chance encounter with an old man. This story is bound around an old man. This story is a center character is, an old man. An old man. He says that encounters in my chance encounter with an old man. That is, he is the main and center character here, and the story bound, it reveals around that old man. Of course, here the old man himself becomes the narrator in the story. Then he was standing in a coconut grove near Channarai Patna. So here, remember the place, name of the place here, Channarai Patna. Channarai Patna is one of the place in the district of Hassan, as I said. So there he come across this old man. In his flash, he come across this person who was standing. He was standing in a coconut grove near Channarai Patna, which is in the district of Hassan. There the man stood. Who was he? He was none other than the old man. Old man stood there, coconut grove near Channarai Patna. His eyes were suffused with strange memories. His eyes were suffused. The meaning of suffused? Suffused means spread over. Spread over. The meaning of, suffused means spread over or filled with, we can say. His eyes were suffused with strange memories. Strange, which are not common or normal. Strange, something different. His eyes were suffused with strange memories and native intelligence. What is native intelligence? The person is not having, he is having native intelligence. The person who lives, the person who stays in that area, that is called native intelligence he had. He stood there, a tall figure, hair gone grey. This only shows that the hair gone grey is the sign of old age. The old man, he was not only, his eyes were suffused with strange memories, and even the other hand he was having the native intelligence, and at the same time, how was he? He was a tall figure. He stood there, a tall figure, hair gone grey. So his hair gone grey means that is the sign that he was getting old. He was old man. So gone grey, a long beak like nose. He has a long beak like nose, and at the same time strong muscular arms. So this is the characteristics, or this is the appearance of the old man who is going to be the narrator of the story, the gardener. Old man. What are the qualities of the old man here? His eyes were suffused with strange memories, and he was a tall figure, and he was having native intelligence, and his hair gone grey, completely his hair gone grey, and he was having muscular arms. And at the same time he was having a long beak like nose. He was having long beak. Beak means, if you have seen the beak of, duck, or beak of nose, and strong muscular arms. So these are the qualities, the appearance of the old man here, who is the narrator of the story now, the old man. Now he only narrates the story, and whereas P. Lankesh mentions that this story is about old man, and he only narrates his story later on. He stood there, a tall figure, hair gone grey, a long beak like nose, and strong muscular arms. He was looking so strong. He was having strong muscular arms. In one hand, spade used to tend coconut trees. Spade. In one hand he was holding a spade. As I said, that spade is a kind of tool which we use to dig the land. Spade, or an instrument which we use to dig the land, is called spade. Gudli. He using that. In one hand, a spade used to tend coconut trees. a newspaper tucked under his arm. He was not only holding a spade in his hand, but at the same time there stuck a newspaper under his arm. Under his arm. What it shows? That he was not only a laborer there, and even he used to read the newspapers. So that is the son, he was having interest in reading also, or knowing, he was having native intelligence, and he was reading newspaper also. Newspaper tucked under his arm. He was a laborer. Now he says that, who was this old man? He was a laborer, overseer and philosopher. Now these two rolled into one. This man looked like very tall person, suffused with strange memories, and he was having long beak like nose, and he was having strong muscular arms. His hair gone grey, and this is the appearance of the old man. And there in one hand he was holding spade, which is used to dig the land or to tend coconut trees, and the other hand newspaper tucked under his arm. He was a laborer. What? He was a laborer, overseer and philosopher. So of course, as I said, that this old man has come to this garden to work as a laborer. He was not only a laborer, and he was overseer and philosopher. This man, these all the characters rolled in one. He was a laborer, overseer and philosopher, all rolled into one. So this old man, he was not only a laborer, he worked as a labor, and he was an overseer. Overseer means a kind of where he looks after the laborers. Overseer means, we say that mestri, the person who does the act of overseer. So mestri. He was not only a laborer, overseer and philosopher. He was the person who is having his own, the person who believes and follows philosophy is called philosopher, and all rolled into one. He came to this garden one day after walking hundreds of miles. So where poet talks about where he found this old man, he found old man in Channarai Patana, which is in the district of Hassan. What happened? He came to this garden one day after walking hundreds of miles. He walked hundreds of miles from one place to another. At the last, he reached Channarai Patana. There, writer comes him. There, writer, finds him, and there he is talking about the place called Channarai Patana. The owner of this plantation needed a person exactly like him. This is what the owner of the garden was also expecting and looking forward to, the same person like old man, and he was there. The owner of this plantation needed a person exactly like him. Of course, they found few laborers there. They did not like them, or they were expecting. The owner of the garden was expecting same labor like the old man. They were in need of such kind of man, and he was there. A few words were exchanged. So when he first met the owner of the garden, few words were exchanged, introduction. So he introduced him, and what is work, what he has to do, what he is supposed to do. The owner of the garden told the man, few words were exchanged. So that is the beginning of their meet. First time when they met there, and there was a introduction, that over, the few words were exchanged. The old man stayed on. The old man stayed there only in that same garden, and he started working as a laborer. He was really useful. The owner of the garden felt that this man was very useful. The old man was very useful, not only to that coconut farm, and at the same time to owners also. So they felt that this old man's arrival, his presence, his staying was very much useful for them, and they really liked him. The old man stayed on. He went. He was really useful. The owner of the garden felt that this man's presence, the old man's presence staying was really useful for them. He was well versed in agriculture. This old man was very much suitable for agriculture tasks. Agricultural tasks. This man was very well versed in agriculture and could understand the problems of workers. You know, this is overseer should understand the problems of the laborers. So owner of the land, owner of the garden must understand the problems, difficulties of the laborers, and this man does that. He knew the problems of workers. The petty thefts in the garden came to an end. Before the arrival of old man, there were happening thieves, thefts. Petty thefts have come to an end here. What happened when this old man came? That petty thefts in the garden came to end because he caught them who were stealing. That petty thefts have come to an end. Laborers were stealing that. He caught them, and that there all the petty thefts in the garden came to an end. The income from the garden improved dramatically. So look at here, dramatically. Dramatically means suddenly. Dramatically what happened? Improved, extremely improved the income of owner. So when this old man came, when he stayed there, when he started looking after the laborers, and he himself, he was an overseer, and he could understand the problems of laborers, and all the petty thefts have been come to an end. Obviously what happened? The income of the gardener, the income of the owner improved dramatically, or extremely improved, and we became more and more rich. There was the income from the garden improved dramatically. So before there was not much income from the garden, but when after old man arrived, then dramatically what happened? The income increased. The income from the garden improved dramatically. There was a perceptible change in the lifestyle of the owner. Perceptible, one could see through bare eyes. One could easily see in front of. So what is the change which is easy, visible is called perceptible change. So write down these meanings of the words here which I have written here. Suffused means spread over. Impoverished means makes poor, or dramatically means suddenly or extremely increasing. So this, and perceptible change. Perceptible change means visible change, you can say. Perceptible. One could see the change. The perceptible change in the owner's lifestyle. There was a perceptible change in the lifestyle of the owner. Then what happened? There was you could easily see you could see the changes in the lifestyle of owner now. When there was huge income started coming, then obviously what happened? The lifestyle of the owner has been changed perceptibly. One could see the change which has come in the lifestyle of the owner. There was a perceptible change in the lifestyle of the owner. The plantation expanded. No, before there was not much plantation. After the arrival of old man, what happened? The income of the garden has been dramatically improved. And at the same time, petty theft have been come to an end. And then what happened? They expanded the plantation. The plantation expanded, but the owner became lethargic and shied away from the hard work. So when what happened? So when this old man has come to the garden, of course there was a income dramatically improved, and a perceptible lifestyle changed in the lifestyle of owner. And at the same time what happened? Owner has become lethargic and shied away from the hard work. Lethargic means becoming lazy and shied away. So So he started avoiding work, avoiding. No, then what happened? Before, I think he was also working in the garden. When the old man came to the garden, now he stopped completely working, and he became lethargic. He was not showing any interest in the work, and he became lazy, and at the same time shied away. So he started avoiding work. He was not showing interest of working. So, but the owner became lethargic and shied away from the hard work. His wife found all this very strange. Whose wife we are talking about? The owner's wife. The owner's wife felt that what strange this is. And she saw her husband before. He was working hard in the field, he was working hard in the garden, but after the arrival of old man, there was a perceptible change in the lifestyle of the owner, and at the same time he became lethargic and lazy and shied away from hard work. By looking all this, the owner's wife felt strange. His wife found all this very strange. She found it hard to decide whether the old man's arrival was for the better or for the worse. She was not able to understand whether the arrival of old man is for the better purpose or worse. Whether the arrival of old man was for the good purpose or it was worse. Whether the old man's arrival was for the better or for the worse. Why she thinks so? Why she is having that? Why she was not able to judge? Why she was not able to know that whether the arrival of old man was for the better purpose or for the worse? Means earlier what happened? Of course, the income was not that much improved earlier before the arrival of old man. There were many thefts have been happening in the garden, but after the arrival of old man, the income has been dramatically improved, and all the petty thefts have been come to an end. And at the same time, what happened? They have expanded their plantation, and at the same time, what happened? There has been perceptible change in the lifestyle of the owner. For this she didn't worry. Then she started worrying because her husband has completely became lethargic, and he shied away from the hard work. She was not able to judge that whether the old man's arrival was for the better purpose or it was better for the worse. Her husband's wealth and social prestige had risen higher. Of course, when there has been an income dramatically improved, when they expanded their plantation day by day, he started becoming rich and richer, and at the same time there has been perceptible change in his lifestyle, and then her husband's wealth and social prestige had risen higher. So earlier he was not having much income from the garden. Now after the arrival, his social wealth and social prestige had risen higher. So he became one of the important person there, and he had his own prestige in the society. He acquired a number of friends in the next town and an equal number in his own village. What happened here? He acquired, obviously when he became rich man, and he started getting more and more income, as we have seen that there has been a perceptible change in his lifestyle, and there started people following him, and he started acquiring more and more followers. Not only in his village and even next town also, there people started following him. He acquired a number of friends in the next town and equal number in his own village. And there his friends, he acquired more and more friends in his own village and in his next town also, and there were many followers. Even though he had precious little to do, his life became crowded with colorful events. Look at this. Even though he had precious little to do, he was not having much things to do. He was having only little to do, precious little to do, but his life became crowded with colorful events unnecessarily. Then he had so many friends, followers, then his life has completely filled with colorful events. That he became crowded with colorful events, even though that was not needed, that was not necessary, but still his life has become crowded with colorful events. She became apprehensive about his adultery and umpteen other vices. Adultery and umpteen. Adultery and umpteen vices. Adultery and umpteen vices means, you see. So he started, adultery and umpteen means many. So he started, having many relationships, or immoral relationships, or bad or immoral relationship with, these are umpteen other vices. Then he started this man. There was not only a perceptible change in his lifestyle, his life has been completely overcrowded, crowded with colorful events, and even that was not needed, but he was starting doing some adultery activities. Some immoral relationship he started keeping. So that made worry to the wife of the owner. To owner's wife started worrying about her husband. So his life became crowded with colorful events. She became apprehensive. She started seeing, observing that about his adultery and umpteen other vices. Umpteen means many vices, or vices means bad or immoral relationships. So then she came to know, she started observing them. Cultivated lately, this man cultivated lately thanks to his newly acquired cloth. Here acquired cloth means acquired cloth. Power to influence something. Power to influence. Power to influence. This man, the owner of the garden, day by day you could see he was not remained same. Earlier the owner was different than what after the arrival of old man. This owner has completely changed his lifestyle. And the wife of the owner who saw him before, he was different, and after the arrival of old man, when their income has been dramatically improved, and when their plantation has been expanded, now you should see the owner not remained same. There has been umpteen other vices started, and his adultery activities, and that made her worry. And these he cultivated lately. So he started, he cultivated these lately. Then their farm, which was merely 10 acres, had grown beyond their imagination. What happened? The earlier this garden of the owner, the plantation of the owners was only 10 acres it was. How many acres? Only 10 acres. But after the arrival of old man, what happened? This plantation has been expanded beyond their imagination. Their farm, which was merely 10 acres, had grown beyond their imagination. They have expanded it more and more, and it is, even they cannot imagine that it went beyond their imagination. Means to say that they have completely increased or expanded their plantation. It was beyond their imagination. That was fine, but their life also was gradually getting out of hand. Here, the life was getting out of hand. Getting out of hand. Getting out of hand means the life was not under control. The life was not under their control. Of course, everything was fine. Their wealth has been increased. Their income has been dramatically improved. Their plantation has been expanded beyond their imagination. Everything was fine. But at the same time, what happened? The life was getting out of their hand. Their life was not under. They were not under control. Who, especially the owner, was not under the control. and now he has completely become lethargic and lazy, and he shied away from hard work, and there was perceptible change in his lifestyle. And then what happened? There was completely, the life was getting out of their hand. When she was in fix like this, one day the old man met her and behaved as though he knew all about her plight. One day what happened? The old man, who has been observing this wife of owner, he has been seeing her. When she was in fix like this, one day the old man met her and behaved as though he knew all her plight. Plight means unfortunate difficulties, we say that. Difficulties. As though the old man, he could understand the plight of the woman, the plight of the owner's wife, and he could understand her difficulties. So old man, as we have already come to know, that he was he was having native intelligence, he was laborer, overseer, philosopher, he was the most experienced person because he was an old man. So he knew everything. By seeing somebody's face, he could understand their feelings, he could understand their difficulties. So he could read someone's mind by seeing their face. So that's what exactly happened here. He could see the problems, difficulties of the owner's wife by seeing her face, and he could understand. Met her and behaved as though he knew all about her plight. He smiled at her and brought down an offering of tender coconuts from nearby tree. What happened? And of course, she was the wife of the owner. It is his duty to respect her, salute her, and then he simply smiled at her and he offered her a tender coconut to drink. So he offered her a tender coconut from nearby tree. He sat on the embankment. He sat on the embankment of the well. Embankment means an outer wall, we say that, wall of the well. So there, a raised bank or wall of the well. He sat on the embankment of the well. She had no alternative and she sat next to him. Finding no other places, there was no other choice. Then she too sat just beside the old man. And where the old man was sitting, he was sitting in the embankment of the well. There beside him she too sat, because there was no alternate. There was no alternative, there was no choice, there was no other place, so that she sat beside him. The sun was slipping away into the western horizon. It shows that when the sun was slipping away into the western horizon, means that was the time of evening time. Evening time, where the sun was slipping away into the western horizon. His rays were reaching the walls of the well through the foliage. Foliage means leaves of the branches or leaves of the tree. Foliage. So leaves. The sun's beams, the sun's rays were spreading through the foliage of the coconut, mango and jackfruit trees. And these were the trees there, and through the foliage, through the leaves of those trees, what happened? The rays of the sun's spreading. His rays were reaching the walls of the well through the foliage of coconut, mango and jackfruit. So that was completely evening time. The sun was setting. Then it was the sun was slipping away western horizon. Then what happened? The rays of the sun, you could see that they spread through this foliage of coconut, mango and jackfruit trees. The old man began his narrative. Till then, up to here, we came to know up to here the introduction of the old man here, which is narrated by P. Lankesh. Now the story starts narrating. Now the old man himself starts narrating the story. The old man began his narrative. He started, telling. He started, narrating a story in a far off place. In a far off place. So old man started beginning his story. He started narrating his story in a far place. What happened up to here? Do you remember that what has happened here? This story about the old man P-linkage has begun, but in the middle, what happened here, up to here, this is the complete introduction of the old man, how he was, where he was, and what was his duty, and after arrival of the old man, what are the changes have happened in the life of owner and in the plantation coconut grove. And later, after everything, when he met the wife of the owner, and there started, he started narrating a story. The old man, he himself started narrating a story. That story is about himself. Later we come to know that that story is about himself, and he is only narrating the story. In a far off place, once there was a man called Tammanna. Now he started narrating a story about, as I said, Tammanna and Basvaya. Tammanna and Basvaya. Once what happened? In a far off place, once there was a man called Tammanna. He had everything. What a normal person usually he must have everything. He had everything, 10 acres of wetland. So now this is the wealth of Tammanna. He was having 10 acres of wetland, a comfortable house to live. He was having 10 acres of land, a comfortable house. People too ready to do his bidings. People are ready to do his bidings. What is bidings? Biddings you said. Means that they are ready to listen what the person orders him or what the person commands him. Biddings. So the people, he had his own followers, or if he commands, and they are ready to do. He ready to do his biddings. The most important among all his possessions was his rival Sangoji. Now he tells that apart from this, he had 10 acres of wetland, he has a comfortable house to live, and at the same time he has his own followers. And meanwhile, among all his possessions, his important thing was his rival. His rival. His name was Sangoji. He said that his name was Sangoji. Now again he changes that. So the most important among all his possessions was his rival Sangoji. So up to here he started, old man started narrating the story about Tammanna and Basvaya. He introduces that what kind of person who was Tammanna. Tammanna was he was called Tammanna. He had 10 acres of wetland, and he has a comfortable house to live, and he has his followers, and among them the most important among all his possessions was he was having a rival. His name was Sangoji. He said that his name was Sangoji. Then after proceeding this far, the old man started fumble to search for something, or think for something. Fumbling. Something, he as if he did some mistake. Fumble. So that after proceeding this far, the old man started fumbling for words as though he had committed a mistake. So when he once uttered it, when he said that Tammanna was having 10 acres of land, a comfortable house and biddings, and he said that he had a rival called Sangoji. After a few minutes, what happened? After proceeding this far, what happened? He felt that he committed some mistake. He said, he has committed some mistake. The old man started fumbling for words. Fumbling means he started recalling for some, he misspelled, or he said wrong. She was listening. Who was listening here? The owner's wife, listening what the old man was narrating. He was narrating a story about Tammanna and Basvaya, and that the owner of wife listening. She was listening. She felt like going away, saying, "All this is none of my concern." Why this old man is narrating the story which doesn't do with me, which is not at all concerned with me? Why should I listen this old man? She felt like exactly. So actually she wanted to leave that place. And what happened? She felt like going away, saying, "All this is none of my concern." It is none of my business. It is not at all related to me. Why he is narrating unnecessarily this story? She wanted to go away, but she didn't. She felt like going away, saying all this is none of my concern. However, unwilling to hurt the old man, she continued to sit there quietly. So she sat quiet. She sat quietly there, and she did not want to hurt this old man who was narrating the story. So she was unwilling to hurt this man. If she would have walked away, if she would have gone, the old man would have felt hurt. So she did not want to hurt him, so that she was unwilling to hurt him. She continued to listen what the old man was narrating, and he continued his narration, and she was listening quietly. She sat there quietly, and she was unwilling to hurt this old man. Again he continued narration, you see. However, unwilling to hurt the old man, she continued to sit there quietly. The old man went on. Again he started, narrating. No, his name was not Sangozi, it was Baswaya. As just before he said that his rival was, Sangozi, and later he recalled that his name was not actually Sangozi, rather his name was Baswaya. Baswaya. He says that his name was not Sangozi, but his name was Baswaya, he said. No, his name was not Sangozi, it was Baswaya. Who was Baswaya here? Baswaya was the rival of, Tammanna. Now we come to know that Tammanna and Baswaya are the characters in the story of old man who is narrating. No, his name was not Sangozi, it was Baswaya. He expressed his amazement and how facts take on such varied guises when they are narrated as fiction. Amazement. Amazement. Amazement means, you say that surprise or, or amaze, or amaze. Amazement. So that what happened here, he expressed his amazement, he is surprised that, all of a sudden what happened, how facts take on such varied guises. Guises means, wearing masks, guises, or, which is not original, or, you say that, not true, guises means wearing, masks, we can say that masks. Varied guises when they are narrated as fiction, and even though that truly happened, this story, but when he started narrating it as a fiction, so this is how even true also takes some such varied guises. Let us assume his name was Baswaya. He says that his name was not actually Sangoji. Let us assume that his name was Baswaya. Let us assume his name was Baswaya. He was Tammanna's rival. He was Tammanna's rival, or as I said, that rival means co-person or the person, competitor, you can say, competitor, rival, or co-equal person he was. Tammanna's rival. If Tammanna bought 4 more acres adjacent to his land. So as we have already come to know that Tammanna was having 10 acres of wetland. If he bought 4 acres of adjacent to his field, then what happened? If Tammanna bought 4 more acres adjacent to his land, Baswaya also followed the suit. Whereas Baswaya was also having equal wealth and property as Tammanna was having. If Tammanna bought 4 more acres adjacent to his land, immediately Baswaya also could do that. As I said that he was the co-equal to Tammanna, and Baswaya also followed the suit. If Tammanna bought 4 more acres adjacent to his land, Baswaya also followed suit. If one had 10 friends, the other acquired 15 admirers. So as if it was a competition between Tammanna and Baswaya. In case if Tammanna had 10 friends to follow him, or 10 friends, and the other acquired 15 admirers, more than the other person, more than Tammanna, Baswaya used to have his followers. To begin with, all this looked like healthy competition. When you see that, it exactly looked like healthy competition. It was a good, healthy progress, good competition. It looked. To begin with, all this looked like healthy competition. However, gradually it rose to such a pitch that there was no land left in the village for them to buy. What happened then? Both of them started, buying land in that village. All the land of that village, either that belonged to Tammanna or Basavaya. They left no land to without buying. To begin with, all this all the land belonged to either Tammanna or Basavaya. Tammanna had 1000 acres and Basavaya owned 800. So when Tammanna purchased 1000 acres of land and Basavaya had ultimately 800 acres of land. 800 acres of land. Basavaya could not tolerate this. Now what happened? Now Tammanna had 200 acres more than Basavaya. Basavaya could not tolerate this. And what happened? Basavaya could not tolerate this. He sent word to Tammanna asking him to sell 200 acres. So he was feeling inferior, or he was feeling that whereas Tammanna had 200 acres more than him, how can he tolerate? And he sent a word to Tammanna asking that he should sell 200 acres of land to him. He sent word to Tammanna asking him to sell 200 acres. Tammanna did not agree. How he will agree? Because he wants to prove his superiority, that he is not lesser than Basavaya, so that he was having 1000 acres of land and he was having 200 acres more than Basavaya. He did not agree. Rather, he says he was prepared to buy all the land that belonged to Basavaya. Rather, you see, Tammanna, not only he agreed and he said that even he was preparing all the land of Basavaya. It was 800 acres. Even he was ready to buy 800 acres of land of Basavaya. He was prepared to buy all the land that belonged to Basavaya. Basavaya was mad with rage. Rage means a complete angry. He got complete angry. Anger, you can say anger. Basavaya was mad with rage. He went along with his people and acquired 200 acres of Tammanna's land forcibly. So when he legally, directly asked him to sell 200 acres of land of Tammanna, where Tammanna could not agree. Rather, he said that he wanted to buy all the land that belonged to Basavaya. In mad rage, what happened? And he went along with his people and acquired the 200 acres of Tammanna's land forcibly. He acquired. And a fence was built around that land. Tammanna could not tolerate this invasion. Spread something harmful, invasion. So what happened here? Tammanna could not tolerate this invasion. Invasion means spread something harmful or harmful. So in Kannada is akramana madodu, akramana. So invasion means spread something, spread something harmful. So here when Basavaya acquired forcibly 200 acres of lands of Tammanna, he could not tolerate that. He too got angry. So here today we discussed about up to here. Where what happened? Tammanna and Basavaya they were co-equal and they were rivalry, both of them. And whereas the Tammanna was the owner of 1000 acres of land, whereas Basavaya had 800 acres of land. Both of them are competitor here, and forcibly the Basavaya acquired the land of Tammanna, 200 acres of Tammanna's land. Now Tammanna could not tolerate this invasion of Basavaya. Let us see what happens this in next class. Thank you. Yes.